What's happening? Who are you? Who am I? You're not my wife. What are you doing in my home? These are the questions you and this confused child are asking after waking up in an unfamiliar room. It's okay. Calm down. This is normal. It's not dementia. It's the electromagnetic storm interfering with your memory chip. Still confused? Well, this isn't a plot summary video, sorry. Just bear with me for a little bit and you can go watch the whole series for free on YouTube here. Kaiba has a very unique setting. It's definitely futuristic, but a poor kind of gritty future, with a class divide wider than the interplanetary empire that this mysterious triangle logo has dominion over. In episode 1, we learn a few things. This kid has a bad case of writing technique, amnesia. Everyone has one of these memory chips. Never mind how they get installed in the first place, you don't get to know. They store your digitized soul/brain/memories and can be swapped between different bodies, or just left in a bowl if you're too poor to be a real boy. He's got this massive hole in his chest, where his heart should be. Dude is really committed to visual metaphor. He's got a love interest, maybe, but the heart-shaped hole kind of narratively implies things aren't going so well with that, so who knows, really? There's some kind of persistent storm surrounding the planet our seaweed-dreaded friend awoke on, which will wipe the memory on your chip if you travel through it. I'm no Scooby-Doo, but that seems to click together pretty well. Mystery solved, 10 minutes in. Story engine acquired. Time to get off this planet and find the girl. A very tightly written first episode all around. Usually I think a 3 or 4 episode test is what you want to give a show to feel out the tone, but Kaiba manages to set that and the pace within the first 5 minutes instead. It's good you went through that storm, because going into the series not even knowing who you are is the best case scenario. Regardless, you probably want to know what you're getting yourself into. 12 episodes, runtime of about 5 hours, produced by Madhouse, written and directed by this guy who already has a great track record with mind-themed shows and chibi-esque characters. Character designs by this guy who also has some very solid works. Great team overall. The show's got top-tier visual style. It's Madhouse, though, so that's not too surprising. The animations are loose but never fall apart. Colors are gorgeous. Character designs are very unique, at least. That's a bit of a toss-up, honestly. I can't decide if I like some of these or not. The environments and sense of place are very thought out. Background characters aren't cardboard cutouts, but purposefully intrude upon the scene in ways that define each area as a living, breathing world. It places the viewer alongside the main character as a traveler, witnessing the local cultures as an outsider, involving themselves only out of necessity to continue moving forward in their own journey. Even though each world has a dramatically unique tone, almost shifting genres between them, the overall setting remains solid and consistent. Simply put, the whole thing is beautiful. The opening is really charming and will get stuck in your head. There's a memory joke in there somewhere. The music was composed by this guy and has some really fun action tracks, and variations on the same track to fit different moods, so you know it's good. The OP really steals the show, but it's superb sound design overall. The narrative does a speedrun through some of the best ideas out there, leading into each one brilliantly and smoothly. You've got strong themes of class division from the first episode, starting on the planet of the Pores being trafficked by strange robots probably owned by their world's elites, even being economically forced to sell their bodies. The analogies do really hard work in the series overall. Body swapping, cloning, and memory modification fun leads to questions about identity and the subjective narrative experience. Nostalgia and love following this question, as if the body and identity is made to be fluid, what does it really mean to connect or fall in love with someone, especially when the memories you both share are also so? I like it when art makes me feel a little bit dumb. Maybe that's the masochism speaking, but if the authors are smarter than I am, maybe they can teach me something about myself, or about life, or writing erotic fan fiction, or something like that. Feeling that way through the whole series was fantastic, but I know it's not the masochism speaking when I say it wasn't too enjoyable to be teased for 12 episodes, only to be denied a satisfying conclusion. The ending does what an ending is supposed to do, sure, and it's hard to set things up plot-wise without flashbacks when your main character can't remember anything from their past. But I'd rather the writers work with what they have instead of having an entire episode of the series dedicated to explaining a dramatic reveal, especially when the rest of the plot leading up to that point is written really well in a linear way. Do you remember when we were kids and I promised you I would find a way to recommend entertaining, completed, animated shows without bothering you in person about it? Well, you do now. Does that make you feel narratively satisfied with the review? Maybe a little bit? Not at all? We'll get satisfied quick because the review's done already.